Greetings and salutations. We're back for the final preparation stream. I took a day off, a little bit of fun doing some other stuff. We went out for family gathering, celebrating my mother's birthday, so we took the day off to accommodate that. But we're gonna go and we're preparing for the E4 here. So first thing first, I'm gonna look through the team, see if I need to look for anything specific to change. I think everything was kind of okay. And then towards the end of the video, we'll kind of go over everything specifically. I think you're fine. I think your moveset is fine. So we don't need to do that. Let's do this. Nature is fine. I think your moves are also fine. I am considering seeing if Gardevoir can get Flamethrower. Just because up against steel types, it's a really nice coverage move. Like if, say, Tinkaton comes out. Or you know, anything that's a steel type. Could be Aggron, could be Steelix, could be, you know, whatever. Having Flamethrower is really nice, but I don't know if they get it. And then I would have to consider, do I want to take it over Moonblast or Draining Kiss? I'd probably be taking over Moonblast, which means my fairy damage output is really lowered. Almost like I said drained, LOL. But yeah, 60 versus 95 is a huge difference. This is 90 with stab. This is, what, 137.5 or something? 140, right around there? Oh, 142.5, yeah. That's a huge difference. You know, over 50 power, which can make the difference between killing something and not. So I'm still thinking about it if that's something I should do. I kept Yawn with Quagsire, but if we're gonna use a water move on them, I actually did not think about it offhand, but it is here, is Waterfall. As you can see, that's an 80 base water move. Oh, actually no, Aqua Tail is better. Aqua Tail's 85. So alright, we're good there then. If we were going to use something, we would use Aqua Tail. Perfect. Yeah, good goat. Yeah, I think this is fine. You're not using any special attacks. And I think your set is honestly fine. We could go with the stronger Grass Hit, but I think the Hornly, he's very good at keeping his HP up. So even though I don't use Leech Seed and Synthesis that much right now, I think it is the option you want. And Delphox I think is fine. I might look at seeing if you can learn Shadow Ball instead, because if that is truly a Ghost Fairy and it counts as fairy, then that means, oh, actually there isn't, I don't have Shadow Ball. Then that means steel types can't be affected by it. Although that's not really a problem in the fact that we have, as fire Pokemon, we would never press that against them. But there are other Pokemon maybe that resist fairy, that are weak to ghost, and maybe then that would make that neutral. And I don't really like that. Just double check here. Yeah, it's 80? Interesting. Would be good against psychic types, so we have anti-psychic type with Mandibuzz. Yeah, we'll worry about their items later, but first, because I want to go to the arcade here, and we're going to be playing the Dugong, or Seal. Oh, I said Dugong. Because this one was the easiest for me to actually do. I say that as I miss. But, no. What? That didn't count? Really? I smacked them right in the head. Alright, but this is the easiest one for me to do, and, yeah, and then I'm going to show you here in a moment. Oops. Okay. Show you here in a moment how bad I am. But in a moment, how we get items from here, because this is where all the items I want are from. I say I want, but it's really just... Yeah, we're really bad today. Oh no! We failed. Oh, it doesn't actually reset all your points? Perfect. Okay, we are doing really poorly today. Okay, well maybe I'm not as good as I thought at this. Oh, we never got above a 2-star. Alright, well. I don't know how much you need to get a point here. Presumably some amount. I don't know if that's enough. Nope. Okay, we gotta fill up the whole thing. Anyways, you get random items here, held items, from turning in these points to the people at the counter. And we want some of those because, well, and ideally I'm looking for a specific one, but there are a bunch of them there. And so we're going to get a bunch of points here. We're going to be able to buy, you know, like, I don't know, okay, that didn't hit you, really? Wild. Get a bunch of these, and just so we can try our best to get the item I want. And the item I want is going to be for Delphox, actually, in my opinion. Obviously, it's not the best item ever for Delphox, but it is an acceptable item for Delphox, and I think it'll fit their role in this this team really well, especially with their moveset. So I'm happy with that. And then a bunch of the other items are just like plus damage items. So I obviously would love to get leftovers. Those are amazing. However, leftovers you only get, because I did look this up in the Pokedex thing I have, you only get those from having 250 Pokemon in the Pokedex. And then some of the other ones like Focus Sash, and you get from a quest of like catching a bunch of Pokemon in a certain area. I didn't do all of that. I mean, we could go do them, I guess, but I don't think I need a Focus Sash for my team. My team is not that frail that I would need one. Oh, how did I not? Okay. Not so frail what I need Focus Sashes, even though Focus Sashes are really good. You have a team to make use of them. Okay. The item I'm looking for is a defensive item, but it is one that I think it's good. And most people would. Alright, I am doing really poorly this time. A little bit of how did that not hit you? It bounced off you. Okay. Alright, almost there. One more. Alright, sweet. Now we just hold on till the end here. Yeah, we're going to do a couple of these. I'm going to try to get like, I don't know, 10 points or so. I think there are more than 10 items. I think there's like 15 or 20. And each point, you just get a random item. And I did consider, like, early on when I hunted the stone shards, like the yellow shard, green shard, blue shard, red shard, for the evolution stones, I could just, use save states to get the item I want, which is a possibility, because really all I'd be doing is, this is all I'm doing, is playing pinball to get points, and I could just keep playing until I get more, or I could just get the item from here. Man, if I'm any good at pinball, that would be a different story. But I could do that instead of having to, do a whole bunch of pinballs to get all the points for it. But this one actually isn't too bad. I mean, at 30, you get a point, and so far like, there you go. In 35 seconds we build it up, and now we just sit here for 50 seconds until it moves on. But yeah, so I'm gonna get like 10 or so of these, do this, then we're gonna go check our berry stock, There were other things you could get from the berries, like as we're kind of just going through this. If we planted more berries to work on them, the quest chain for that, apparently, not only can you create the different berries that reduce like super effective damage from different things, which I think is really cool, you also can, at a certain number of planted berries, you get more items from the berry vendor. And one of them is a Swoobat that apparently has unique moves just to that Swoobat. So like if you caught a Swoobat normally, it wouldn't have any of these moves. But I think that's kind of cool. I don't know what moves they are, but that's just a little notation. It said like, you get a Swoobat that has custom moves. So I think that's cool. I think that'd be really nifty. But at the moment, you know, my team I think is pretty good. Oh, okay. Oh no, we lost all of our points. Really? Okay. Doing really badly this... I say badly, poorly this time. Where did it hit the other flipper? No. How did we not have that fall? How did that hit the left flipper? Oh, man. I don't even want to know. Okay. What? Okay, sure game. I don't think we're making it this time. Just pointing that out here. I'm doing really, really poorly. 13 seconds left. Well, there's still a chance. Oh, we did it. How? I don't know how we did that right at the end here. That was a wild pinball experience. Did not do well here on that, but still made it at the end. I think out of all the pinball machines, like you had the Doug Trio one, we had the Gengar one. I forgot what the other one at the top left was, but I think the Seal one out of all of them, to me, is the easiest. At least for me. Obviously, other people might be really good at the other one, which is fine. But this one seemed to be the easiest to get points on. Even if like I miss a few, like you generally can rack up points in a decent manner here versus having to fully complete other ones. Like I'll use the Gengar one. If you lose the ball, like you start back over and you mess up and you fail. Okay, I thought I hit you there, but okay, I'm really bad at this one. You restart. Or the Doug Trio one, where if your ball falls, like, it's just over. Okay, well. Whereas this one is, you know, you lose a couple points, but you gain points really quickly. So I only need to hit one more here, and there you go, we're full. Nice. So, I don't think it's that bad. And it's only 1:30. The other ones, I forget if they were timed. I don't think they were. I think they were just until you either complete it or you don't. I think that's the thing that got me. Like, if I made any mistake or I lost the ball, like, you just start back over in the beginning. Whereas this one is, if I got it in a row, like I didn't miss a single one, it's like 6 or 7 in a row and you're just done. Which I think is much easier for me. And I just didn't angle that well. No chance I'm getting that guy. Shocked I got that one, but okay. Yeah, like, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Listen to this jazz and music while we're waiting. Yeah, I like the game. Apparently there's some post-game stuff too. That's that island at the southeast. So we're not going to be quite done once we beat the Elite Four. And obviously, talking about the future, it is the holidays. I'm going to be gone the first 10 or 11 days of January, so I probably not going to start Octopath before the new year. I'll probably start it when I get back. I'm going to be gone to GDQ, so we'll be there for 10 days. And then I'll be back on like the 12th or 13th is when I guess the video after I get back would be out. But before then, we're going to finish this and do some post-game stuff next week before I leave. And then, yeah, next game I'm really looking forward to, if I could hit this pinball, is I am really looking forward to Octopath Zero. So, okay, that was a terrible pinball. This is why I don't play pinballs in real life. Oh, we lost all our points that time. Kind of weird. We didn't lose all our points that one time. Once we were like over half. Maybe there's a specific number of points you lose if the ball falls in there. Okay, well, I tried to get you with the flipper. That would have... Why did that hit the left one? I'm really bad at this. The pixel part is getting me sometimes. No. Is that enough, or do I have to hit this last one, don't I? Yeah, well, that's okay. We still got it. Get it. Very nice. Sorry, I had to focus in there for a moment. Yeah, if you follow along on my journey for this, I would love to hear... I mean, I'd love to... Okay, well, yeah, I just shot that right down the middle. Go me. As soon as I start talking, I just no longer can play pinball. Yeah, I would totally recommend playing this game. Okay, sure. I couldn't save that. That's lovely. Yeah, if you haven't tried this game, I do recommend it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Even casually. Obviously, I'm not playing it like a true hardcore Nuzlocke, which there are a lot of people that probably could do it. I think if I would... what's going on here? If I ever did like a actual hardcore Nuzlocke of it, especially of modded versions of Pokemon, I would want documentation to look at. I don't think I would do them blind, just because as I kind of mentioned all the way back in the first episode, and is that I don't really want to spend months and months on the same game over and over again. There's a lot of really fun games out there to play, and this one has been very fun. I really liked a lot of the different themes, a lot of different Pokemon that we've seen. And I think that's really enjoyable, but I think it would lose a bit of its luster if I continually had to reset with hardcore Nuzlocke rules, because I would just be frustrated with the fact that I don't know what any of the teams are, and just keep resetting over and over. Okay, that's not going to hit the dude. And just to keep resetting over and over again, that would be kind of frustrating, and in my opinion, at least to me, somewhat a waste of my own time, where I could be doing other things. And by other things, I mean other games that maybe I'm interested in. And I know there's just a breed of people out there that they can do that. Not me. I'm not like that. My stuff is other games that I really sink time into. This has been very fun, you know, spending an hour to 2 hours a day for the past bit playing. But it's not a game that I would sit here and play all day, every day. But apparently this mod, the mod maker, Nemo, this is their second game. Apparently they also did Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass, which I have not played either. But a lot of people say that was a very good game as well, so maybe something to look forward to in the future if I want to try that. But I really liked the appeal of this one, that it was just a completely different it was a completely different region, which I really liked. So the custom region itself has been probably the most enticing thing for me. Not to mention they added megas to a lot of Pokemon that didn't have megas already, and maybe they were inspired by some of the stuff with the new Pokemon game. Maybe that's where they got a few of them to be like, hey, these are cool cool things to do. So maybe they had all their ideas beforehand. Who knows? But I really like them. I think the sprite work on a lot of the Pokemon that don't normally have megas are really, really good. So I'm super happy with them. I really enjoyed that my team had a bunch of megas. Obviously Gardevoir has one normally, but the rest of them, I don't know offhand if they all do, but Delphox I think only had one in ZA, which I like the sprite they have for this one. It looks really good. And then I like Gagoat, Heliolisk, and Mandibuzz. All of their megas are really, really fun looking. I enjoy them. Also, Mandibuzz feels just absurdly overpowered for just not dying. The fact that you can have Regenerator, and then when you Mega Evolve, you have Scavenger. It just makes him like the ultimate, I can stay in, or I can, you know, go and be just the pivot machine for your team. And I really like that. Oops. How did that not hit you? But sure. Okay, I shot that right down the center. Me. What is with hitting these in the center? What? It like missed the right flipper entirely, and then my left flipper shot it downwards, and it was just over. No, I need the multiplier, please. What is this? No! Alright, I think this one's a wash. I think we can no longer save this one. Man, this was really poor showing on this one for me. And then all of a sudden we get back to a bunch in a row. Wow. Well, if only I played like that at the beginning, maybe I would have gotten a point there. Better luck next time. So I missed the first one. This is a good start. Oh, there we go. No. That right flipper, after the left flipper, it hit the right flipper and went straight up. My only complaint about this so far from what I've seen is some of the clipping of these pixels go. Also, like, just sitting here resting, there are times where it will clip through the flipper, and that's kind of weird, but... Did that not hit you? Okay, that's fine. Oh, that should have hit you. You were so fast. Oh, that was miserable. Am I gonna not get this one too? Wow. Okay. I have to hit both immediately. Nope, I don't think we're getting this one. No! Oh, man. I don't know how many points I have. Wow, you actually do have to get all of them. Alright, well, how many points do I have? Oh, I have 10. Dragon Fang. Yeah, so you can just get a bunch of random items from them here. And we're going to just keep going, and I'm hoping... I need a metal coat. There's one specific one I'm looking for. And it's... I don't know if the two of them up here are... charcoal. That's actually pretty decent. That's plus fire damage. I don't know if they're... give the same items, or if, like, they each have their different set of... Twisted Spoon, pretty good. That's plus psychic damage. Black Belt is plus physical, I think, or fighting. I forget which specifically. Another charcoal. That's unfortunate. Not what I'm looking for. A wishing star. I don't need one of those. I might have to play some more pinball here. Magnet, that's plus electric. I'm gonna test you out. I want to... Oh, EV modifying item. Nope, never mind. Okay, so you don't have rare items, just this dude. Alright, so he only has... He's the item I'm looking for. Wise glasses, that is really good. That's an item I do want. But the one item I'm looking for, I haven't seen yet. Silver powder. No, that's plus bugs. Alright, so we're going to go quickly put some of these in the bank because I don't want to overcap my inventory. But I'm still looking for the item I want. Yeah, as we see bug, which we don't have. Yeah, so Wise Glass is really good. I'm probably going to keep these. This boosts the power of special moves. So if there's a high consideration that I don't think I'm going to Mega Evolve Gardevoir, I would use Wise Glasses. Yeah, Black Belt is just fighting. Twisted is Psychic. Fire. Steel. Not quite what we're looking for. There's a specific item from there that we are looking for. And what I might do is get a few more. And if I don't get... I'll probably get like 5 more points here and try again. Just to not waste but so much time doing this. If I don't get the item, I will probably just be a cheater and save state scum to get it, because otherwise all I'd be doing is I'd be playing this pinball until I get, like 50 points and then turning them all in. And eventually, the theory of large numbers, you would get the item you're looking for. Well, that should have hit you, but okay. So instead of spending a ton of time doing that, I would just... I'm going to get the item that I want, especially once I showed, like, yes, I can do the pinball enough to get points to get it. Hopefully we just get it naturally and I don't have to worry about that. After this, we're going to go check our berries, and I'm probably going to buy a bunch of Lepa berries and citrus berries just to make sure I have them, and maybe a few more lum berries, but honestly I don't think I'm going to be using them that much. My main strategy is probably going to revolve around Helios Gleed, and then I'm just going to decide when the fight starts. Am I going to immediately make it Sun, or switch him out and give myself the option to have a Mandibuzz Mega Evolve later? I think everyone else on my team, unfortunately, Good Goat, Delphox, Gardevoir, they're not probably going to be Mega Evolving. Since I don't know the fights, I can't really plan to know when like a Gardevoir Mega would be really, really good, or a Delphox Mega, or a Go Mega. So Heliolisk Mega gives me the most versatility, and the fact that it sets Sun makes my Delphox significantly stronger, and it also makes my Heliolisk significantly stronger because it has both Solar Beam and Flamethrower. So, okay, that was a terrible thing. So their Mega Evolution to set Weather is just so powerful that it absolutely is something that they will just have. And then Mandibuzz is, if I feel like the lead, based on the lead, that I didn't need Sun right away, leaving the option open for Mandibuzz to be in with Scavenger is just too powerful to me. Even though Mandibuzz is probably going to be just U-turning out a lot of the time, I think the option with Scavenger is still worth it. Seriously? That double flipper thing is getting to me, man. You just did it there, too. No. I need to hit you all. No. Okay, well. Can't do it like that when... This isn't going to count, is it? Okay, we got it right at the end. Huge. And so those two Megas are kind of locked in with Heliolisk and Mandibuzz because they are just pivotal in how my gameplay will change for the battle. I have no idea if they're going to be double battles. I have no idea if they're all singles. I don't know all their typings. Obviously, we remember from what we looked at, we do know the first gym. It was a grass gym. Then you had the Sophos gym, which was fighting psychic. Then you had the Marini gym, which was the poison water. It had Tentacruel, so poison status effects. And like it had Haunter and all that stuff, so poison ghost. And then the last one was the fire flying. So if we go down the line there, we have options against each of them. Like the grass one, for example. Gardevoir with Ice Beam is probably going to just wipe the floor there. But I also have Mandibuzz's backup and Delphox's backup, fire and flying, so we have options against it. The fighting psychic, Mandibuzz is going to have like a heyday there. Being in, their mega form, they just heal and probably one-shot everything that comes out. Hopefully. We'll see. By the fact that they're immune to all psychic moves is going to be huge. The poison ghost type one, Gardevoir again is going to be really good. Just because we have the option of Fairy as well as Draining Kits to keep going through the battle and not really have an issue. And then the fire flying is probably the only one that's going to be a bit of an issue. And we have ways around that just because our Heliolisk is so fast. Unless they are really bulky, we should be okay just to Thunderbolt our way through there. Okay, I'm failing miserably here. Ooh, how did I not lose that? Annoying. The double flipper hitting is getting on my nerves, honestly. Seriously, how do I flip it off the right one? And it just hit the left one now like 3 times. I'm gonna lose this because of the... Cool. Yeah, we missed it by 2 points, so I'm not gonna get a point here for it. Yeah, that's really annoying. Like, just I do think, like, that is frustrating on this here, is the hitbox of these flippers is kind of annoying at times. Whereas, like, you go to hit it, and it's like, no, we're gonna just, we're gonna fly off the right one and then hit the edge or the end of the left one here. And then that causes it to go to the left and then immediately hits the end of that flipper and then it just flies like straight up or to the right or something. That's kind of annoying. Great job. Kind of. I mean, I did an okay job that time. I wouldn't say it was great. No, you were so fast. Ooh. Does this count? I probably need one more. Alright, last few have been pretty good. How many points are we at? 5. Alright, well I said I was going to get to 5. Let's see if I can get the one item I want. Magnet? No, we already have that. I don't need wishing stars. I have tons of those. Apparently the wishing well, by the way, I didn't realize this, but it only gives encounters, I guess. Black glasses, while good, not what I'm looking for. Apparently it gives encounters and you can have like a chance depending on, you know, it's like a random chance of what you get. Another wishing star. I don't need this. What I'm going to do here is, can you see this on screen? No, you cannot. Okay. We're going to go down here and make sure I do this correctly. Yeah, alright, we're going to click this. Hey, look, you did see it. Perfect. I don't want to spend an hour just farming pinball, silk scarf. Not what I'm looking for. There's one specific item I'm looking for, and spell tag, also not what I'm looking for. At least according to the list here, it exists. Sharpie, we're seeing all the different items though. There's one in particular that I'm really looking for. Never melt ice. We actually have one of those. It's plus ice damage. Fairy feather, and that's plus fairy. That's good. The one we're looking for is a defensive item. Makes sense when we get it, and with how I set up my Delphox. There it is, the Assault Vest. The Assault Vest is probably the item I want Delphox to have the most, and that is, it raises our special defense, but we can't use any non-attacking moves. However, Delphox, we set up with 4 attack moves, so I already said they're probably never Mega Evolving, and you might say, oh, you know, Assault Vest makes no sense on them. Well, there's not a physical defense item of this to give. So like there's no Assault Vest version for regular defense, which is fine, I guess, but the fact that we're getting +1 in special defense, it's basically like I have 200 special defense right now. I just can't use any not attacking moves, but all we have are attacking moves on Delphox. And the reason I wanted Assault Vest here was I think it's worthwhile if we're fighting somebody where we set up Sun, we're boosting fire damage out there, and reducing water damage. This means that I can switch Delphox in on potentially a Pokemon that has a water move, or even on a boosted fire move, and we will be pretty safe from special attacks. And there's not a real downside. You could say, well, a Citrus Berry might be better, but I think Delphox will prefer having this. And I don't want to give everybody Citrus Berries just because that kind of like, I don't know. It feels weird when your entire team is holding the same item. Now that being said, maybe that's just because I didn't do all the side quests and get a whole bunch of other items, which would make sense. That would be, if we had done all of the side quests, maybe I would have had more held items to consider changing to, which then maybe would have helped alleviate some of my concern. Anyways, alright, you were the mints, you're the berries. I didn't actually look at how many Leppa berries I had. Leppa's 27, so we're just going to buy a bunch of these. Yeah, there we go. 118, yeah, that's more than enough. Leppa berries just allow me to, and they say in battle, unless I've misremembered, which if I did, I mean, I just wasted a bunch of money, but whatever, we have plenty. Yeah, so Leppa berry, we can just use this anytime, so we can go here, and then we can give them their PP back. So we can replenish stuff in the Elite Four. I'm going to pick up some more citrus berries and lum berries, and this is mostly just so I have plenty of them. I don't think I need more than like 50 of these and close to 30 of these. That's fine. I don't think we'll need any more than that. And we probably don't need that much at all anyway. We have some full heals still. So in between fights, well, we have the full restores already, which we can use, and that covers anything at post-fight. But we have plenty of full heals and revives, so we're good there. We have plenty of potions between these to heal as needed. And yeah, I think that's next is just looking, if I have all the correct moves, I think we're good. Let me take a look. Alright, so Mandibuzz, you're going to have the Manabite. Yeah, that's correct. You have your moves. Let me check stats first. I don't think I'm going to be changing these at all in the Elite Four. I think we're going to keep them with whatever it is. So, yeah. It's going to be fine. Okay, so they are all set. And now it's just your moves. I think you have everything that I want you to have. You have everything I want you to have. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with this. This does weaken us a bit in terms of water moves. So, like, there is going to be stuff maybe we're not as effective against. So, like, fire, for example. You know, if there's a fire flying Pokemon, which offhand I can't... Oh, or Corio. Yeah, there's one. Flip turn would be pretty good. But it is 60 base power. And we could flip turn into, say... Heliolisk, who could then probably go before them on the next turn to then kill them. So we're slow flip turning into something that can then kill them, so I'm kind of okay with that. You're fine there, and you're fine there. Alright, so we're going to just move him around in the party here. And there we go. And let's fly to the Elite Four. We're not going to do them today, we're just going to introduce all of our Pokemon, and then next time we will... So we're going to save here, because this is where we will start next time, going into the Elite Four. Look at that time, 44-44. Perfect. Couldn't have asked for better. Anyways, yeah, meet the team. This is the team I am taking to the Elite Four. I believe this is, of my box, the team that I liked the most, performed the best for me in a lot of the areas, or people that like I really just wanted to have here. So I'm going to go through with all of them, and you know, they all get their own little introduction. So first we have Heliolisk. He is the lead. He's going to be the lead on every fight, as far as I know. Unless we see, when we go into the Elite Four, that we see the Pokemon they have to lead, he will lead every time. Or she will lead, I'm sorry. Yeah, she will lead every time. And that is because Helios gives me the most diversity in my team, flexibility of the team. They are a very fast, very strong special attacker. They have dry skin, which is good in the rain, but the main thing is they're holding a Heliolite for their Mega Evolution. And, oh, I didn't equip the items on the other Pokemon. I will change those. And that is to give, they can set Sun. So they're going to come in, they're first, and in the Sun, they have either Instant Solar Beam for Grass, a buffed Flamethrower if they're against something that's weak to fire, Thunderbolt if they're against something that's thunder, but the main thing is they can then Volt Switch out. With how fast they are, I don't think anything's going to be faster than them except something that has priority, which means they're leading the fight and they're either killing something instantly that's really weak to either any of these moves, or they're immediately switching, and I can immediately set Sun to then benefit the rest of my team. So that's Heliolisk's job. The next Pokemon is Mandibuzz. This is the pivot. He is, or she, another, I can read the gender, it's a little tip at the top right there. She is going to be the backbone of my team for pivoting around. Very bulky Pokemon. Has Regenerator, allowing her to keep HP up for a majority of the fight. And will also have their Mega Form. That way, if I need them to stay in, they can get Scavenger, which also heals them when they stay in at the end of a turn. And all of their moves are going towards that. Brave Bird, False Surrender, both just stab moves for them, but Protect and U-Turn are probably going to be the two most used items on this Mandibuzz. Being able to switch into them, take damage, and then U-Turn out to heal that up is really going to be how my team functions in the Elite Four when I don't have a clear offensive Pokemon to just clear the way, basically. Gardevoir, this is my setup Pokemon. They're holding the Gardevoir right now, but they're not going to have that. It's probably going to be Wise Glasses. Their Trace, I think this is okay. In some instances, this will be really useful if I remember it. I've forgot about it in the admin fight, which would have made it really trivial. Give it Flash Fire, and then I could have just set up and killed everything. But very heavy damaging special attacker, but the moveset is really where Gardevoir is helping out. Ice Beam is the answer I have to Grass. Mandibuzz does work, or Grass, Flying, and Ground. Like it covers all three. But Gardevoir really, with her special attack, or it's a male Gardevoir, oh, there you go, will cover many, many answers. And Draining Kiss to keep them going through the fight, Moonblast for heavy fairy damage when they're at full life, and then Calm Mind. We should be able to set up on some fights pretty easily if we come in on a Pokemon that is mostly special attacking that we resist. We get 1 or 2 Calm Minds, we Draining Kiss back up to full, and then we just press Moonblast or Ice Beam and the whole team dies. This is my only Pokemon that has setup, so if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we have other Pokemon. My next one is Delphox, and this is the specialist. Delphox is holding an Assault Vest, and this is because I want them to have extra special bulk, and there's a few reasons for that. One is, interestingly enough, if we come in during the sun, we already resist fire, but we're weak to water. But with 200 special defense with the Assault Vest on, it's be special defense 130, we're at +1, so it'd be a 205, I think, or 195, 205, we're right around there, 195, yeah. We have enough bulk that we probably just don't die to any special water moves immediately, which is really nice. Magician, not really important. Honestly, we did that for farming early in the game. Probably Blaze is better, or the hidden ability, which I forget what it is. But their moves are going to be very much, they have different moves for everything. So Flamethrowers are only fire move. They have Psychic, since I got rid of Psychic off Gardevoir for Ice Beam. Delphox can't learn Ice Beam, otherwise I would have taught it to Delphox. Moonblast for Fairy is backup, and Moongeist Beam, which is both Fairy and Ghost. I really liked the Pokedex thing I looked at, said this was just Ghost, which would have been really nice, just pure Ghost, because just so you can avoid any weird resistances elsewhere. But having all of these options lets me be pretty flexible in my offense for needing a, an attack that Gardevoir can't handle with Ice Beam or Moonblast. Delphox is able to handle it as well as a special attacker. Goat. He's my physical offense. He's holding a Goatite. He's not going to have that. He'll probably have a Citrus Berry or something that makes him, I'm not sure, plus grass, or maybe a Wide Lens, actually. That would probably be interesting to guarantee Leech Seed. Anyways, he's going to be the durable, not the durable, but he's going to set up healing. So Horn Leech heals himself, Synthesis heals himself, and Leech Seed heals himself. Or I can set Leech Seed and then switch to somebody else and heal them. Earthquake being the main ground offense here, Horn Leech to keep just the main grass offense here. A lot of the things that we would use Goat against, we do have other options for. So like rock, ground, water, all of these we have other things for, but with our other Pokemon, such as against rock, we have ground, obviously with Goat here. Against water, we have electric, and against rock, well, I already said rock. What was the other one? Rock, water, ground. We have ice as well. So we have a couple options. So Goat is mostly going to be coming in against those physically frail or more physical Pokemon that we know we can kill, and they're our main ground offense. So I'm really happy with that. And then we have Quagsire, who they're probably going to have a Citrus Berry. They're going to be the only one with just a Citrus Berry. But Quagsire has performed really well for me. I'm super happy with them. They have Water Absorb, so coming in on Water Pokemon is going to heal them up. They're very physically bulky. They do decent damage. I mean, 170 physical attack is nothing to shake a stick at. But the main thing you'll notice here is they're very slow. But you might say, well, that's really bad. You might get hit by a grass move. And if we get hit by a grass move, our Quagsire is dying. But if they don't get hit by a grass move, our Quagsire has quite a bit of utility. Earthquake as their offense, Slack Off to keep their HP up, Yawn, put enemies to sleep, and then Flip Turn. This is the main aspect of Quagsire. He is the slow pivot. He comes in, he takes a hit, he slow flip turns out, and then I bring somebody in that took no damage, and now we can, really deal with them and however is needed. And Quagsire has the other benefit of they are my answer to steel types. Nearly every steel type that we've come across doesn't learn grass moves. I haven't seen a Ferrothorn. They may exist, but I haven't seen one. So I haven't seen any Steel Grass, but I've seen Tinkaton, Steel Fairy, I've seen Steelix, Steel Ground, and I've seen Mawile, Steel Fairy, I've seen, there's some other steel ones, Magneton, Steel Electric, so all of those Pokemon, Quagsire is outfitted to really handle with pretty decent success. Resisting all of their steel moves is really nice. and he is a great pivot coming in off of Gardevoir. So, like, say Gardevoir is out, a Steel Pokemon comes out, I can switch to Quagsire, resist Steel because they're trying to use Steel against Fairy, flip turn out, and I bring in then Delphox and Flamethrower, and boom, dead Steelmon, and we're good to go. So this is the team, and I'm looking forward to see how they perform. I'm looking forward to this E4 and see what, in Champion Fight, see what they have and the options that are there and how fun these fights are going to be. And I hope you all will be there to watch me do it. Going to be probably tomorrow. I will record and put it out, so it'll come out on the 24th, I think. That is the correct day, right? Yeah, today, this is the 23rd, so yeah, tomorrow the 24th, so right before Christmas. Obviously there will be nothing on Christmas because I will not be at home, but we'll do some post-game stuff between Christmas and New Year's, and then I'll be gone and back for Octopath after that. But yeah, this is my team. I am excited to see how they do in the E4. You're all excited to watch me do the E4. But today's going to be a nice and short one with the preparations, so hope that you all have a wonderful day. I appreciate you watching as always, and we'll see you next time for the Elite Four of Pokemon Lazarus.